Okay. Crack the back, crack around. Guys, make sure to do your stretches before card reveals. Otherwise, you're gonna lose out on a lot of potential hype, you know? Refresh. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 3 out of the 4. And they're more husks. Okay. I guess we're talking about the boring stuff first. Okay. So, let's talk about these. Desperate Husk is a 1-mana 0/1 immobile challenger. When you play an ally, kill me to grant it my stats and positive keywords. So the fact that they're trying to make this just another Tellstones, basically, where every region's gonna have their own Husk, that makes things more interesting. Hi everyone, future me talking. Husks aren't main deckable. Now back to past me. Now, this card I think is better than Warded Husk for a couple of reasons. Number one, giving health in Noxus is something you don't really get. Like, I'm pretty sure if I looked, this is the only card that gives... No, okay, there is Sharpened Resolve, which gives you +2 health, in addition to +3 attack. But it is hard to give something health in Noxus. And so this being able to give health, in addition to giving you a challenger keyword, that seems like a really good combo. Secondly, Stubborn Husk. When you play an ally, can be granted stats, positive keywords, 0/1, yeah. It has regen in Freljord. This is an interesting one. I'm not that mad about this one, honestly. The only way you could give it to other things in the past was through Troll Gifts, which is a 2-mana burst speed spell. And then if that ally already had regen, that would then give you +2/+2 instead of the regen. I think this is a better keyword than Challenger or Spell Shield. So I think this is honestly a decent card. I think it's better than the other two. But it's still got issues with being a Husk. And then finally, Enraged Husk, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the first time Fury has been able to been given to a chosen unit, right? I know that Fury's been in the keyword pool for things like Pantheon and Victor, but I don't think you could ever, like, just straight up give it to any unit you wanted. And this is an interesting card as a result, since I believe this is the only way to give Fury to another card. This becomes more interesting than any other Husk that we've seen so far. It's a usually restrictive keyword being able to be passed around to other units for the first time. Which makes me very, very excited to see what the Bilgewater Husk is going to be. Because if the Bilgewater Husk is deep or lurk, that'd be kind of fucking cool. That would open up some actual possibility. And honestly, I think if it was lurk and it added in the thing, like, it makes the thing a lurker too, so that it does get the proper effects of lurk, honestly, I think that would see play in lurk decks. As for giving something deep as a Husk, I'm not sure that that would see play in deep decks, but lurk I do think would see play. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see, and hopefully there are more cards by now and I've stalled for long enough. There they are. Okay. Solari Stellacorn. 5 mana, 4/6. Daybreak, heal all allies 3. I want to just quickly... yeah. Resplendent Stellacorn is a 5 mana, 5/6, which is play, heal an ally in your Nexus 3. This has 1 less power, heals all your allies, and has a Daybreak condition. I honestly don't understand why this one's being printed, really. This just seems like the same card idea, but again. And they really went for it that hard. I don't like it that much. It's kind of bland. I guess what does Daybreak get from this, right? Because that's mainly what we're thinking about. I think Daybreak enjoys having the heal. I think, because, like, you're going to want to trade with Ravoon, Leona, the lifesteal one. Daybreak actually doesn't really have that many units that need need the health, right? I honestly, actually, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I cannot think of uses for this. It's fine. I don't know if it'll actually see play in Daybreak decks. I think this is actually a nerf to Ravoon is what it is. Captive Yeti. 6 mana, 5/5 Overwhelm. Reputation, I cost 3. This is a Noxus card. I kind of love that they're embracing LeBlanc Yetis. I think that's awesome. I genuinely think that's awesome. I've never played that deck once, but that deck has always held a little soft spot in my heart, because it's always been such just an off-meta, dumb, stupid deck, and I can't help but love it. Alright, Crackling Ice. Grant an enemy Frostbite me at the next round start. Okay. I'm not sure if I'm reading this correctly. I think I am, but it seems like I shouldn't be. But the way this is worded, this is a perma-frostbite for 1 mana. It doesn't do anything on the turn it's played, but you just attach this to a unit and it's frostbitten for the rest of time. I think it's a one-time effect. That's what I'd like to think. I'd hope it is, right? Because the way this is worded is, okay, it might just be grant so that it gives it to an enemy, and then it doesn't go away in between rounds. It's doing a lot for 1 mana. Yeah, that's why I don't think it's a permanent effect. But the way this is written, it's the grant. Pretty sure that since it says next round start, it's only for once. I really hope that's the case. It's literally just a wording battle between the next and the grant. Because the grant is a permanent effect, but the next implies a specific time frame. The final card to talk about, though, is Frozen in Fear. Frostbite an enemy, summon a Rhymefang pack, grant it +1/+1 for each time you frostbitten enemies this game. What's the Rhymefang pack? Oh, it's the other card for this. Right. Rhymefang pack is the 1/1 overwhelm that gets granted +1/+1 for each time you frostbitten an enemy this game. Usually it's only Den Mother that can summon it. This card was made with the Ruination expansion. I think this is going to make Rhymefang Pack like a possible card to see play, you know? This does seem like an honest-to-God, like, well-designed card to make Rhymefang Pack usable. Because at the very least, you're always going to be dropping a 2/2, and you're always going to be frostbiting something. Frostbiting something in and of itself is already a 3-mana effect at burst speed. You're paying 1 more to summon a 2/2 Overwhelm, and it's slow speed instead of burst. Those are your main trade-offs. But the Frostbite is just a good little effect to put on top. It makes this card more consistent, and I mean, if you've leveled Ash, this means no matter what, you're summoning a 7/7 Overwhelm at 4 mana. This is going to be an interesting season. This is going to be a very interesting season. I think Frostbite is gonna start becoming a bit of a problem this season, honestly. I guess we'll have to wait and see.